Well, we promised you a massive, massive weekend, and that's why my friend here, the Telkom Knockout Trophy, has come to relax, and the studio desk. But then, hey, the Magic Couch today, it is brimming with fire. It's like, I don't even know where to begin here. Eric Tinkler, let me start off with you. Firstly, congratulations on what has been an exciting journey. You've walked right into a final of a Confed Cup. What's the feeling like?
No, obviously the feeling's fantastic at the club. Fantastic achievement all round. Obviously, it started the journey with Stuart in charge and then Caetano taking over, and then ultimately me coming in and ensuring we go all the way. And that has been our objective. Like I said, 16 games. You know, you want to make it worthwhile, so we need to go and get a result against them.
And, I mean, a lot of people celebrated the fact that the second leg will be played at home. I mean, from a coaching perspective, what does that add in terms of the value factor?
A lot when it comes to TP Mazembe and past experience. You know, I think it becomes obviously a lot harder for them to come up with sly little plans in terms of our arrival and causing issues for us, playing that leg away first. Because obviously they know they'll have to come here and then they'll get probably the same treatment. Yeah. So I think that kind of helps to a degree. And obviously, you know, what becomes also important for us or for me, we go there and we score. We need to score. It's not an easy place to go and score, but SuperSport has been there, scored 2 against them the last time. So the players go with that confidence and that belief that they can do that. And I think that's vitally important so that we bring something back home.
I mean, obviously, we're just looking at previous game, the coach. And, I mean, when you have come down, especially from a 2-0 deficit like it happened here, there's a great deal of resolve that comes through the guys that want to fight for it. And I suppose you yourself, becoming the very first South African coach to take 2 teams into a CAF club competition final, it says something. But you would want that kind of spirit if you found yourself again in a 2-0 situation.
Well, believe it or not, I've had that experience with them already in a number of matches. In fact, we can go to the MTN8 final, you know, down to 10 men, or as long as we were. And the players showed great character and resilience. And that's what they showed there, and that's what you need if you want to win things.
Okay, going to come back. We'll continue the chat as far as the CAF Confed Cup is concerned. Do send any of your questions through on social media. We'll pick that up. We'll pose the questions here to the gentleman sitting on the Magic Couch. James Keene comes through for his very first round here on Thursday Night Live. Good to see you.
Thank you very much for having me.
I mean, you've settled down well. There was injuries at some point. Everything on the clear now. Happy to be back?
Yeah, absolutely. Back in good shape now. Had a good pre-season under my belt after last season. Obviously missed the pre-season. Got back into the team in January, start of the year. Scored a few goals and then had a good pre-season this year and looking to continue a full season.
It's a massive weekend. Like we always say, traditionally clashes between Bidvest Wits as well as Kaizer Chiefs have a place in history. And I'm sure they would have told you long and hard stories about it. I mean, Eric would know about it being been at the club before as well. What is it that you look forward to the most in preparing for a clash in a cup competition like this, James?
Yeah, obviously it's a semi-final. Everyone wants to play in the final, so it's a big game. We're playing against Kaizer Chiefs at home, be a big crowd. And there's, like you said, there's always good games between Bidvest Wits and Kaizer Chiefs. Both have had the ups and downs this season so far. So it's an important game for both teams. Yeah,
and I think just overall, though, when you try and... that's been the confusing part. When everyone says Bidvest Wits league champions and then you look at the log table, it belies the potential that the team has, I'm sure. Psychologically, how does that affect you, the rest of the team, in stepping forward, James?
I think going into this game, I think we have to put that behind us. It's a semi-final, it's a new game. There's no 3 points. Doesn't move us in the table. It just springs us forward for the next league games, puts into a final as well, which what the club wants. As a player, you want to play in the final. And you know, it's like I said, it's against Kaizer Chiefs. If you can't get up for that game, then you can't get up for any game.
Well, I don't know if having this man sitting next to you is either motivating you or is making you even angrier by the time you want to rip him apart here. Well, Ekstein, good to see you, Dad.
Thank you, Mr. Rob.
Finally, hey?
Eish.
Hey, we've been chasing it. This is almost like trying to find Barack Obama and trying to invite him onto the couch. Hey?
Forever.
I know. I kept saying that to you, that you've probably had your best season this time around. You know, you and the bench were very good friends before, but now you don't know the bench as much. How much of a challenge has that become to you to own your position in the way that you are?
As a player, Rob, you know you want to play every match, and as a player, you want to win something for the team. And I'm happy that now I'm playing, and I have to contribute for the team so that we can win something. And I have to thank all those who supported me and those who are supporting me now to become who I am.
I mean, it's very easy to give up, and I suppose as a football player, it's also quite easy to have a negative attitude, especially if you're not playing regularly. For you, what kept that motivation to say, you can't give up. We all know what a skillful player, what a talented player you are. But what kept that drive?
It's my coach, technical team, and my teammates. They keep me going, and they tell me that I have talent, so I must showcase my talent whenever I get a chance. So whenever I got a chance, I had to show my talent.
And just in terms of what he does, he's playing again more like a player who's been given that freedom.
Given that freedom, he's talking about showcasing his talent, but he's certainly also showcasing how much he loves football, he enjoys it, and if you enjoy it on the field of play, the fans enjoy it in the stands, and it just makes football even more enjoyable. So, like Ekstein has said, and like you've also alluded to, the fact that he was sitting on the bench and he comes up and he's starting to enjoy the football works well for us as the fans, because we really get entertainment value when we see you play.
I think it's a big up for you. And, you know, like I was saying to James just now, that, you know, the history. This reminds me of a Telkom knockout final back in 1983 when these two teams played. There's a clash. I mean, there was your Mike Rowbothams, was it Jimmy Cook, and all those old names that were there for Wits. You know, for the side of Kaizer Chiefs, you know, again, you go back to the days of Peter Balak, you go back to the days of the Jack Chamangwanes, etc. There's history to be played for here. And people will say, I know, Bidvest Stadium is too small. No, but that is your home ground. So you must enjoy your home ground. So if it's 3,000 fans, that is all that you're going to have. What's it like? I mean, it's such an intimate ground playing at Bidvest. How do you as a player feel playing there?
We've got a great fan base now.
Yeah.
Bidvest Wits have worked hard to bring the fans to the stadium. And as you play, you feel the fans. They're behind us. They really are. We made it a fortress last season. We didn't lose very many games at home. Yeah. We have a great pitch, good stadium. You know, we always want to play at home.
All the time. And those students, though, hey, I mean, they'll tell you a thing or two. At times they'll even swear at you. At times they'll encourage. Those students.
That band, the Bidvest band. I think that's what I mostly go for, to see the band and then maybe the football. I'm kidding.
But it's a great vibe. It's a great stadium. Would you say from your side, having those different layers again, Eric, where you've had to be MTNA champions, you played, and then there was a possibility of going far here, and obviously you didn't. And now you got this situation where you got to play on the continent, home and away. It sounds harsh, but is it a bit of a relief that you don't have to double up now and still play catch up in the league?
I think, yeah, difficult question, to be honest. I think, yeah, obviously, you know, playing in Africa is very, very different. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand how difficult it really is. And I don't think they truly appreciate what Sundowns, Pirates, and what we potentially could actually achieve. You know, because those 16 matches going across the continent are long journeys. You know, it's not like when you watch the European leagues and Champions League. You know, from Manchester to travel to France is an hour-and-a-half flight. You know, and you have a direct flight. Unfortunately, a lot of the countries we don't have direct flights, so we're having to fly to Dubai or we're having to fly to Europe in order to come back to Africa. Yeah. And you find yourself traveling 26, sometimes 28 hours that you are in transit trying to get to these places. Jeez. And hence the fact you start seeing this situation that we find ourselves in with 5 games behind. And it's purely because there's so much time that you are spent out traveling that you can't catch those games up. And, you know, obviously now for us what becomes very important us as a technical team is ensuring that we keep the squad fit and healthy.
Yeah.
And it becomes a very, very long season, because potentially we're looking at the month of January when we potentially could fit in games. We're looking at 8 games just in the month of January.
Oh.
And that means you will be playing every 3 days. So now you're testing the depth of your squad. And you know, and I don't think people truly understand how difficult that is, not only for us as a technical team and as a club, but for these guys, because these guys have to psych themselves up every 3 days for another final, because that's what it is, especially when you're at the bigger clubs in the league that have high hopes, high expectations, and you need to be winning every game, and you need to be in the right psychological mindset in order to achieve that.
Sure. And you certainly are achieving it, and that's why we just wanted to wish you the best of luck. I don't know, you're traveling tomorrow, huh?
Yes, we leave tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Make it nice and tight. Come back early, and then we start preparing for the big game here, the second leg. I mean, is there something extra special, James, from your side? And I don't want to bring up history again, where you came for trials at Kaizer Chiefs, ended up at Wits, and there you are now having to play against them. Is there something of an extra motivation knowing what could have been?
Yeah, of course there is a little bit, absolutely. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy where I am, loving life at the moment, and you're always gonna wonder what could have happened, and you want to prove yourself. You always want to prove yourself to what could have been, or for some reason it didn't happen. No one will ever know why, but yeah, there is definitely, you want to score that goal and make sure your team win.
I was going to ask you, how many goals are you planning on scoring against them?
2 would be nice.
2, just 2.
2 works.
Yeah, but you're sitting on a magic couch, which really means the pressure's back on you now, sir, to produce those goals. Hendrick's just smiling.
Like,
He's like,
Linda.
no. Not with my team as well. I mean, we've had this international break now, Pule, and it's always difficult. Coaches here can attest to it. To keep the team motivated. Maybe you were playing a couple of friendly games. I don't know how you guys have been able to keep busy. And then you go slap bang into a semi-final. How easy or difficult is that?
It's not that difficult because we've been playing. It's not like we were not doing anything. We've been playing friendlies and we've been doing well as a team. And we knew that we're going to play against Wits, and we know that it's not going to be an easy match. So we are ready as a team to play against Wits.
And you're going to make sure he doesn't get the 2 goals, though. I mean, he's that confident.
I think our defenders are watching, so they know what to do.
Oh, man. I mean, all fighting for a place in the final. What's going on, though? I see questions and also...
It's going crazy, as always. And Komoto says, Pule Ekstein is one example that the work Steve Compella is doing at Chiefs is deserving of patience. It will pay off. And Rudani says, good luck to Coach Eric Tinkler and SuperSport United FC for the CAF Cup final. You deserve it, and SA is fully behind you. Bring it home. #SSTLR.
All right, so we're going to come back for our final journey with our guests here straight after the break, including a live performance. It's a brother and sister situation. Where on earth have you heard of that? And it's working. That's an exclusive, of course, because that single only launches and is dropped tomorrow. But you hear it today.
Yes.